What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at Microstrategy. Today we have the unemployment rate coming out at 8:30 Eastern Time. I think that's going to dramatically move the price in one or two directions. It's either going to be up or down. Hopefully it's going to be a massive candle that closes up here or something crazy, and we can move on up. 20% gain. I mean, that's a little far-fetched. It's definitely possible with MicroStrategy, but maybe we get if it turns out good and we like the information and Bitcoin rallies, maybe we get a 12% move or 10% move. But on the flip side, it could look something like a 20% downside move. So maybe we get if it comes out bad, we break down below. I don't even know if we'd retest this. Maybe we crack this level, retest, and then move our way back down. And if we were to do that, it would also be bouncing off the long-term trend line here on the weekly. Long-term trend line and channel that we spoke about previously. But I'm hoping that this is the bottom. This would be a clean move. If this were to be a full green body of a candle, that would be amazing. Could push up to the 350 level or something. That would be very bullish, and I could see it rallying from there if we get a solid move and maybe get this volume, this green volume candle a little bit higher. If we look here on the daily, look at the volume, we've been seeing that increase. So hopefully today we'll push up a little bit even higher. It's going to be ready for some volatility, whether it's a swing down, retest, and then move up, or maybe it's the opposite where we push up, retest of this level, we get a wick and then push down. So those are the things I can definitely see happening. I do believe it's more than likely going to swing in one direction, fake out, and then go in the next direction. Anything's possible. That's just my guess. It's just speculation. Don't trade based off this advice. We are also on the daily. We are above the 200 day moving average. We are above the 20, but we're underneath the 50. So that's a little bit of resistance that we have to crack through. On the weekly, we are above the 50 SMA, but we are underneath the 20. So that's a little bit of resistance. So like I said prior, that 330 level is going to be, once we crack that, that's going to be a nice little move from there. Maybe the next move after cracking 330 would be 400 and then the 450 level. That's what I see here on MicroStrategy. And we're going to move to Bitcoin, see what's going on here. Take off these SMAs. With Bitcoin, I did draw this out in a prior video saying maybe this is what we're doing here. So I drew it out after we had higher low. We had a higher low here, so I was like, oh, maybe this is starting to become an uptrend, and then we have another higher low. So maybe this is just confirming that it's more likely to continue, but there's nothing guaranteed, of course. With the unemployment data, this could turn into a massive red candle in an instant, but it could also turn into a massive green candle to the upside, and who knows? Today we could hit 100,000, or the next day, or rolling into next week. But we do have some levels that we have to crack. We have this resistance level, and then these two trend lines that are intersecting. This is the old trend line that we've been respecting for some time now. This is the old trend line that we've been respecting for some time now, since January 20. Ever since the inauguration, we've just been going down. Also, speaking of inauguration, Trump signed an executive order for the Bitcoin reserve last night. So there was that small, I guess, sell the news event. It pushed down to 85 or 84.7. As soon as he signed it, it dropped. This was a massive red candle, and then it already whipped back, which is a good sign because that goes to show that there's buyers in the market, keep holding price up and keeping Bitcoin elevated. Every time that we've been dipping in this bull market, it's been short-lived, as you can see, multiple times. any dips are usually bought up pretty quick. Whether it's this one here, this was once a massive candle, a body of red, and now turned into a wick and shot up. Same thing here, massive red candle, shot up. So this is no different, shot back up, and we continue to do that. So it looks like these dips that are happening are just super short-lived because, I mean, we are in the middle of a bull cycle. This is 2025. This is the last year of that 3-year run that Bitcoin historically does. 3-year run up, 1 year going down. So 2026, in theory, following the Bitcoin cycle, should be a down year. Historically, Bitcoin tops in Q4, but we could top in Q2 if the economic data starts to get a little funny. Even if it comes out good today, it could come out bad later on during Q2, and then we get a top there, and then we get a left translated cycle. But if everything holds up and the Fed continues to do their job, then maybe we get the right translated cycle and we top in Q4 and everybody's happy. Everybody was able to guess what would happen, and there really was no difference in this cycle versus the other one. That's what everybody's hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. But for now, I think everything's still intact. We never broke. We never pushed all the way down to this trend line and cracked it. So there's no reason for me to believe that the cycle's over. I still think everything's good. Take a look at Fibonacci and see what we got here. We go from the beginning. I mean, that's absolutely perfect on the Fibonacci retracement. Like, that's beautiful. You got the golden zone right here, the 0.5 to the 618, and it literally bounced right off of the golden zone. Almost a second time, and we shot back up. This could definitely be a continuation higher and onto higher levels. And hopefully we hit high 170s, 180s, even 200,000, hopefully. 200,000 is definitely a very bullish case for me, but I could definitely see 170 happening. Let's see how this goes. Bitcoin, once it starts moving, it'll go very quick. Now, financial advice. This could be a good time. Educate yourself, make sure you know what's going on, understand the cycles, and I'll see you in the next one.